Alright, so I couldn't remember what in the hell this thing was doing because I'd been listening to it for at least a month or so, and I would turn it on, and every once in a while I would kind of flicker a little bit, and I think it'll do it right now. Yeah. It's especially obvious now that we have new bulbs in it, because before, when I first got it, there was only one bulb that worked. See that? It just got brighter. So I would say capacitors in the power supply, and without actually getting everything out and checking everything, I'd be guessing, but you know, it's pretty safe to assume that it's power supply related. I mean, so it could be switches. The switches sometimes, you know, it's a good idea to operate these back and forth a whole ton. I mean, you gotta think of how long has this thing been sitting before some dead guy died and they emptied out his estate and it ended up at Goodwill. So, I mean, I do the same thing with ham radios. I'll turn them on and off a whole bunch of times. And a lot of times, especially like on the 101s, that usually brings them back on a lot of things. But you got like a little bit of voltage drop on this, and it can do all sorts of weird stuff. But this one, I don't think that's what it is. You can see it really, really starting to flicker around. And these aren't really going to have too much to do with anything. But this is why I really didn't want to get around to doing anything with this one for a while. But I figured the light bulb thing would make a good video, so I decided to do that. But yeah, it's going to need... I'm going to need to get into it and test. What I'll do is also check the diodes and all that crap in there to see if there's any kind of like ripple coming out on it. But at this point, I'm just gonna shut it off and put it away.